Today I'm going to show you how to make this pencil case. So first of all, you need to get a paper pattern and cut around the edge. If you want to do a pencil case that's a little bit larger in terms of length, you're basically just going to extend these lines further down here. Okay, so I have my paper pattern ready. Now I just need to make sure that I have all my fabrics. For the base fabric, I'm going to be using this one here. I've decided that I'm going to do a pocket, so I'm going to use this fabric. I'm just going to need to get my fabric here, and I need to find what we call the selvage. Okay, the selvage is this edge here. Sometimes it has writing on it, sometimes it has tiny little holes or a different pattern, but it's basically the straight edge of your fabric. Find this line on your paper pattern, which is called the grain line, and this needs to be parallel to the selvage when you pin it on. Make sure that I'm not cutting right in the middle of the fabric. I cut as close to the edge as possible and close to the end as well. I also need to cut 2 of these, okay, because it says cut 2 on my paper pattern. Just so I'm using my time wisely, I'm going to fold this in half so that I have got 2 layers being done at the same time. And I'm just going to make sure that these selvages line up together and make sure that my paper pattern fits on that piece of fabric. Okay, that's good. So now I need to get a pin cushion. I'm just going to make sure, remember this line here is parallel to my selvage. I'm going to take a pin and I'm just going to put it in the corner. I'm going to actually put my pin in halfway and then I'm going to bring it back up. As I put the pins in, I make sure the fabric is still lined up how it should be. As I put each pin in, I'm making sure that it's not moving the fabric around. And I'm just going to continue pinning, having all the pins facing the same direction. And I'm just going to put roughly 4 along the long edges and about 3 along the short edge. Okay, so now my pattern is pinned to the fabric through 2 layers, and I just need to get some fabric scissors now. When I'm cutting, I'm going to make sure that I am just double checking I only have the 2 layers that I want to cut through, and I'm going to use this part of the scissors mostly because they're the sharpest part. I'm going to keep the scissors down on the bench, okay, and just move along like this. And cutting as close to the paper pattern as possible. When I hold up my cut out pattern, I shouldn't see any fabric when I look at this side, and then when I look at this side, I shouldn't see any paper. It should be exactly the same size. If there's some bits like this hanging off your fabric, always just trim them off. Okay, and these can go in the bin. Now that I have my pattern, I can take my pins out and put them into my pin cushion. So I need to keep this because I'm going to need this for my pocket, and I'm going to do that in a second. But before I do that, I just need to make sure that on the inside, so obviously this is my outside, this is my inside, I need to get some tailor's chalk and just write my initials on this so I don't lose them. Okay, they've got my initials on and I can just set them to the side. I'm going to now get my pocket fabric. You don't have to do a pocket, so this step may not be necessary for you. And I only need 1 layer, so I just need to have a single layer of this fabric. And I'm just going to lay it on top. And I'm going to, again, make sure that my grain line is parallel to the selvage. This is the selvage on this fabric. Okay, putting it as close to the edge as I can. And I'm going to again pin this on and then cut it out just like I did for the main pieces, however only a single layer this time. and cut this one out. Okay, now I have my pocket piece. I can put the pins back in. I also need to write my name on this as well with tailor's chalk.